Gen X is allowed to come out into the world.
Nick, can I upgrade your computer?
Then the cancer study is done.
How much storage is on your
Gen
laptop
X
hard
causes
drive?
the exact same
I'll
three
have
tumors in
an external.
Oh, I see.
The internal is like a
It's
a
a crappy
SSD.
gaming laptop, which probably has like a 500 gig SSD.
Yeah.
So why?
And I've got an external 2 terabyte hard drive.
See,
Yeah.
Angus, you should really just go the full fucking home server route at this point.
That's another thing I was gonna try and figure out for the shed, because there's so many Wi-Fi networks around that anytime you try to do hotspot, it just breaks constantly. So I was thinking, like, if there's some way I can get a cable
And the fact that its chain is
going to the shed and then put a router in there, but I don't know.
It could contaminate larger areas.
I can't figure it out
Enough about it.
because it have to be going outside from somewhere, and I don't want to have my window open 24/7.
C8. They simply tweak it a bit, change the chemical name. All of the science and all of the concern, that's on C8. This is C6 or C9 or C4.
Trying to get combo off that grab, Nick.
Enough evidence that these
Like
other
off the
ones-
grab.
This is wacko. We get to the point where we're addressing one and the new one pops up and we're told we have to start over.
I don't know.
And it isn't just C8 or Gen X.
They belong to a family of over 14,000 different man-made chemicals, all covered in carbon-fluorine bonds. And companies can make them however they want. C7s, C9s, branch, polymers, acids. The generic term for all of these substances is PFAS, per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. And like Teflon, they have almost magical qualities.
Well, fuck.
How liquids, so PFAS are used to make clothing waterproof. They're also grease resistant, so we coat things like fast food wrappers, microwave popcorn bags, and PFAS. Lipstick and mascara,
Pretty short.
hygiene,
Things are long.
even contact lenses have PFAS in them.
Even the screen you're watching this on likely has a PFAS anti-smudge coating.
Like Paul.
The trouble is that the same carbon-fluorine bonds that make PFAS so stable and useful in consumer products also make them incredibly persistent in the environment, which is why you might also know PFAS under a different name, forever chemicals. They have been found everywhere,
I couldn't cancel it out.
from cities
I
to
couldn't cancel it out
untouched
in time.
areas of wilderness. Every continent
Marvelous.
has PFAS all over it.
Almost every living creature, from polar bears to birds to fish. I mean, this stuff
right
is
grab.
being found everywhere.
Bite the curve,
So,
nigga.
massive worldwide contamination.
Oh!
The curb bite.
Our fingerprints.
Unnecessary.
Back to just a couple of companies.
Even though companies knew how dangerous these chemicals were 50 years ago, they decided not to inform the public and the regulators. So we're only finding out about this global contamination now.
Okay, now I want to find out how much of these chemicals is actually in my blood. So I have a little test here.
Ooh! Damn!
I hate the idea of drawing my blood. Okay, that was pretty easy actually.
I'm still in the air.
There was no.
When in doubt, Mingy just hits you with the combo that keeps going and going and going.
KO, mate.
I'm watching a video about fucking forever chemicals. You're playing a video game about forever combos. Fuck, man, jeez.
So I hear that 98% of the population
Stay back.
has PFAS in their blood, but I'm
Stay
looking for
back.
that 2% that doesn't because I
Stay back.
That's incredible. I mean, very, very bad.
Stay back.
Oh, what?
Stay back.
Oh my god.
Everyone on Earth has trace amounts of these chemicals in their blood. How much harm could they really be doing?
Stay back.
Fucking hell, Mingy. You hate losing, don't you? You hate losing that much.
I learned a move, and I tried it, and it's working. It worked too well against.
Big and inert that even if you do ingest them,
Mate,
your body's just gonna flush them
have you
out.
heard the saying, fool me once, shame on you.
Pretty safe.
fool me twice.
They're called
Shame on you.
fluoropolymers because of the long repeating chains of carbon.
Both shames on you, Nick.
But the catch is, to make these fluoropolymers, stuff like Teflon, you need to use processing aids, things like PFOA or Gen X, and those are the nasty ones. These molecules are 5 to 10 carbon bonds, which makes them small enough to actually enter the
Is Angus able to spectate?
They have functional groups at the edge.
No, because of your fucking dollar store external hard drive, mate.
Which means that they can bind to the proteins in your blood and transport.
It's the same fucking store that you got yours.
slowly accumulate and build.
I got mine from Officeworks.
No, mine's JB.
2 groups of PFAS and even different definitions.
Well, I didn't
of PFAS.
buy my external hard drive to
Most of
put
what we
games
know really
on.
relates
It's just a dump
to chemicals from this
for
here.
stuff I need to free up on my quick drives.
Perhaps the most comprehensive document on PFAS toxicity was published in
Actually, I think it's even pretty full.
National Academies of Sciences, Engineering.
Yeah, it's only got 300 gigs of space left.
Only 7 for fluoroalkyl acids. These are sister chemicals to PFOA.
Nigga.
Some of them, like PFOS, and
Mate,
were
you
used
fell for
heavily
it.
in the production of stain and water-resistant products, like 3M's Scotch Guard, before they too got phased out due to toxicity concerns.
Can't grab this, Nick.
The report surmised
I wanna
that
grab you.
if the sum of these substances in your blood is below 2 parts per billion,
Oh, it's
there shouldn't be any harm.
Shame.
If the level is
Shame
between
Angus
2 and
didn't
20
see
parts per
that.
billion, there's a potential for harmful health effects.
Yeah, because you've got your fucking modded outfit on.
It's not
Cause
modded.
harm isn't fully
I want her to
understood.
look like this, Nick.
Exposure
It's funny.
has most consistently been associated with high cholesterol, decreased immune
Oh my,
system
it
response,
fucking catches on the side step.
kidney cancer, and decreased growth in infants. But PFAS have also been linked to dozens of other conditions. And above 20 parts per billion, the risk is even greater. So where do I fall on this graph?
Right. So I have a result here.
You're not gonna tell me what yours were before I see mine?
No.
Alright.
You're positive for PFOA.
Okay.
The level for PFOA for a US person went down from 5 parts per billion around the 2000 to around 1.46. What you have to super average for a US person.
Great, okay.
The good news is though, no Gen X for you or for you, which is great.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, the waiting game, mate. The
blue
waiting
part
game.
is PFOS, the sister chemical, was used in a similar way, so stain-resistant carpets, treated clothing, and your result is at 8.93 parts per billion, whereas the US average is 4.3. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy because it was discontinued pretty much in 2002.
This is not the results I expected. I honestly expected very boring results. Like, yeah, you're around the middle of the pack or a little bit on the low side.
And then for PFH excess, basically PFOS, 6 instead of 8 carbons, your levels here are almost 7 parts per billion. But the US average
You fucking jittered. What was that? Oh, fuck.
It shocks me
Scary,
because, like,
man.
I was fully walking in expecting to be, roughly average.
Yeah, to me it's scary. You live in a life thinking that you're taking care of everything, and then you have high levels of chemical.
The combined sum of all the PFAS detected in my blood was 17.92 parts per billion.
Damn, that
More than
lands.
double the US
I
median.
dropped faster than I
I'm
thought.
just below the level where the national academies recommend additional
You
screenings
have
for
rage
PFAS-related
and
diseases.
heat burst. Damn.
I had no idea I would come back with such elevated levels. I'd love to get the level sort of down a bit to the level where I feel like it's more in line with the general population.
No.
But like, where could this have come from?
There are 3 main ways we get exposed to forever chemicals, and the one you'll hear the most about in the media is likely PFAS-containing products.
Shampoo, dental floss, paints, varnishes, potentially dangerous chemicals. Dangerous chemicals, toxic chemicals.
You fucking.
Pulling out their non-stick cookware. My wife threw out all our non-stick pans over a year ago, and since then we've been using stainless.
Oh my fucking god, man.
Making it not
Low,
stick.
high.
Me, not so much.
It's low to
Are
the
the
high.
pans really the problem?
The actual coating on the pan is Teflon, which again is just a long inert chain of carbon-fluorine bonds. So even if you ingest it, it doesn't react with your body.
If you have a pan like that at home, you probably don't need to throw it out.
The same goes for most other PFAS-containing products. Waterproof clothing, stain-resistant furniture, and sweat-proof watch bands might all release some level of PFAS, but the risk of direct exposure through skin is likely low. So the bigger problem is how easily PFAS from these products can end up in the environment. And many of the factories that make these products don't have a good track record of keeping the chemicals contained.
Didn't recover in time.
Over yet.
Understand that the story
It's not over yet.
happening in the community in West Virginia. This is the same chemical in the same
What?
field
What the fuck,
in
Nick?
Austria, and in Italy.
Fucking plot armor. That was plot armor. That was plot. How'd you live that?
Still not grasping the fact that these are the same chemicals.
The second main source of exposure is food. A lot of it comes packaged in PFAS-treated
Not even gonna let me get a fuck up.
boxes, microwave popcorn bags, and burger wrappers.
It's not a burger wrapper. Is it?
Nick, after that one. After that one round.
Tiny amount?
We actually
You got that angry that I won that one round.
stuff that usually contains PFAS.
No, I was just quite. I
Microwave
was
popcorn, fast food wrappers, paper cups.